Sit rep. I'm sorry I didn't film the stuff that just happened before. Hey, Dylan. Special guest appearance. Dylan, our Honda technician.
Spot on with his diagnosis.
April 30th, 2017. 10 months into the ownership of the race car, Prelude. We were still trying to figure out why it kept overheating. Yeah, we all thought it was the water pump. But then Steve at AutoZone, our sponsor, was like, you guys should do this thing. I don't know, I wasn't there for that conversation. We should do a block test. So long story short, we did. How'd it come out, Steven?
Well, we know what's wrong.
What is wrong? Is it the head gasket or just something's broken?
Something is leaking. Actually, we don't know what's wrong.
Yeah, we don't know if it's a head gasket or if the head's cracked
It could be
or...
the head, the block, or the gasket.
Yeah, so we don't know what's wrong.
Probably the gasket. I mean, probably. If it hasn't been apart, I'd be surprised if the head was cracked. We have overheated it pretty badly. Several.
Worst it got overheated was the first time it overheated because I didn't realize it. Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens when we get in there.
You got a straight edge, right?
Yeah.
You got feeler gauges?
No, but...
You prepared to diagnose a work block?
I'm prepared to have Alex Gross do that. I'm prepared to make him do his first house call.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So yeah.
That's why. That's why it broke. That's why it broke. Wasn't a Mopar. All right.
So now we're gonna relocate the battery because that needs to be done to solve the problem.
So yeah, to cheer ourselves up, well, to cheer me up. This is literally just
depressing for me to do this.
It's just for me and my smiles. We're relocating the battery. The battery relocation project for your '89 Prelude is about $100 project.
Yeah. It was less than $100.
Yeah.
70 something for the cable and then 20 for the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to talk to the shop owner, my mom, and ask her to let us keep this couch here and rent out this carport for a 5-week period, at least, or at most. I don't know, but somewhere around there. Yeah, it's the Prelude update. It's broken.
In the middle of racing season.
It is in the middle. And we waited to do this until we had 3 months.
Yeah.
If we had done this 2 months ago.
Oh, and by the way, that's Dylan's RX-7. He has an FD. All right, so let's relocate the shit out of this battery. All right, progress on the battery. Steven's putting some speed holes
Those are the go fast bits.
in the Prelude. Battery box. Honda owner.
Almost ready to go.
Got Dylan over here. A positive cable for the battery. Right on, it's going through the firewall. Here's the part that I did. I put the tape on that. Chose orange to let everybody know that it's hot. But look, we opened up that space not that long ago. We removed one of the radiator fans, got rid of the air conditioning radiator, got rid of the air conditioning lines. Now got rid of that. So apparently I didn't film the end result of the battery relocation for some reason. Sorry we're so terrible at filming when we made these videos. But with weight taken off the front and moved to the rear of the car, we got to feel a little bit good about the Prelude being even more sporty than before. Next up, however, is a poorly filmed series of clips of Steven and I removing the engine so that Steven could rebuild it. He thought about just replacing the head gasket because that ended up being the issue with the overheating, but Steven thought it would be fun to rebuild the whole engine while the engine was already out and it needed its large repair. Steven loves doing things the hard way because it forces him to learn extra skills along the way.
All right, guess what time it is, Ryan?
Brakes so much.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Why did that happen?
It's coming out. Okay, should we look around?
I don't know why it's stuck on.
The engine mount needs to come off.
What engine mount?
This one. Because it's captured. Problem
So we're just fucked.
is this engine mount. Right here.
Hey Ryan, can you move the flashlight? And then tell the ladies and gentlemen at home what you're doing.
Yeah, dude, I am torching the final exhaust bolt. It's pissing us right the fuck off.
It's the only thing holding the exhaust on.
And the only thing holding the engine in the car.
Yep.
So after this, I'm gonna
Give it one last spray.
a small spray, and then I'm gonna go for it.
All right. Oh, you need the...
New torque tube. Torque tube 2.0.
It's off? That was really anticlimactic.
Hey guys, it's me, Ryan Rink. So I was trying to use our new torque tube tool in a new way to separate the top part of the exhaust manifold from the bottom part, right? So I was like, dude, torque tube through the oxygen sensor and then just bang it out, right? Good idea. Well, now it's just stuck and it didn't separate the things. And we don't know what to do about it. It's definitely stuck.
So we're off to a good start.
So what?
I mean, we can just leave it.
It's a really good handle.
Yeah. That's gonna make all the difference when we go to pull the engine out.
Right now?
Right now.
It's free.
Yes. It's out!
We screenshot of that.
We did it!
Dude, I pulled a motor! Well, when I said I pulled a motor, I meant I helped pull a motor from start to finish, because apparently I didn't help pull any of the motors when we rebuilt my 93 MR2. Anyways, with the motor out, I must have convinced Steven to let me make his car even worse in the pursuit of performance that never came true. This is the cat. It's in really good condition. It's even better condition now because I chased all the threads on it. Heat shields off of it. And it's amazing how clean the cat is. I thought we were, with as many miles that are on this car, I thought that we were losing airflow. We were losing performance with this bitch, but I don't think we are as much as I was afraid of. But either way, it's time to inject some performance into it with the torque tube. Performance injection. So yeah, that's another thing you should not do if you're going to be a car enthusiast. Smashing out the catalytic converter for better flow. I have never experienced that trick working in a way that makes a car more powerful, except the one time it was on a car with a totally clogged cat. So yeah, don't do that. It's bad for the environment, smells like crap whenever the car is running, and makes the exhaust sound raspy and terrible. With that carfoolery PSA out of the way, the story continues with Steven degreasing the engine and filming almost nothing at all of the rebuild process.
So the engine is basically together. There's just a few more little odds and ends that need to be done. At the moment, I'm working on getting the main crank pulley reattached to the crank right there. Problem is, there's that little channel where the key goes. And I lost that key. So, what I have to do, I went and bought two different sizes. The 1/8 is a little bit too small. 3/16 is a little bit too big. So what I'm gonna do, cut this to size, and then just grind down one side of it until I can hopefully get it to fit in there. And then we'll throw it in, put the bolt on, then I can put my belt on, and we're pretty much ready to go. So there we go. It's not pretty. So I got my little makeshift key ground out. Time to give it a test fit. Pretty good. It's not an exact fit, but that's not gonna hurt anything.
With all that work done, the engine was ready to go back into the car and see if it would fire up. It wasn't mentioned in any of the clips, but we completely deleted the air conditioning system to save weight. And we removed the power steering pump and looped the lines on the steering rack to make it a fully manual 4-wheel steering Prelude, which was really something to experience, especially when racing on sticky tires. You really had to have strong arms to drive this thing, and I loved it, even though it was ultimately a terrible, terrible idea. And lastly, during the process of all of this, we broke the lines for the HVAC's heater core on accident. So there was no longer heat when you drove the car in the colder months. But with all those luxuries deleted, the engine bay was way roomier than it ever was, and it removed a ton of weight off the front end of the car, which was really exciting as we were trying to make the Prelude the best little race car it could be. Sounds pretty good. The mighty B20A5 was running again and without any overheating issues at all. Just kidding, it was still overheated, but we'll get back to that in the next episode. Carfoolery's first engine rebuild was a success and we learned a lot of lessons, like the need to film the process so the video doesn't turn out so terrible. In the next video, we jump halfway into the Prelude coilover installation debacle and wildly flail around with that. Thanks for watching, see you next time right here on Carfoolery's Prelude Origins.
Oh look, it rained last night. Fuck.